Right, here we go. Playing SableZard of all things. Uh, I have been on the record saying about how much I hate this deck, and yet I'm still playing it. That's just where we're at. So first round has been paired. We are up against Miraidon, which is the one Iron Hands, only 13 Lightning Energies, so hopefully they are not using Iron Hands on us turn 1. They're playing the Paths though, which is sort of scary. This looks like the list that won LASC. So we gotta reset. So yeah, after some negative experiences with a couple different decks, I'm back over to Lost Box, but the other side here, no longer Radiant Greninja, but Radiant Charizard. Yeah, I've given SableZard more than a few chances, and I've never got it to do good for me. So hopefully we can change that tonight, because I feel like SableZard is the stronger deck right now. Like, I don't want to play some crazy Tord, some crazy Tord deck. I forget who it was now, dang it. Why am I doing this? Oops, that's not the right thing. I don't know, Tog. I just times are tough for sure. I want to make sure it saved my list. It did not. That's dang, that's scary. Because sometimes it doesn't save, and it's like, if like you log out like right before. Oops. So I already haven't fixed that. I'm pretty sure I submitted the right list. Maybe I should go check that actually. Hopefully I did. I was messing around with a different version today, but I switched it up last minute. Okay. Ford's a madman, that's for sure. Okay, please. I want to check my list I submitted and make sure it's the same as the one I have built here. I'm pretty sure I submitted the updated one. But I don't remember for certain. Here, let's just... Okay, I submitted the updated one. Good. Alright. Well, let's do this. I didn't even save the funny name that I named it. Very sad. Okay. Here we go. Because I always restart the client before I start stream, because like sometimes I feel like the longer it's been on, like the more likely it is to like randomly disconnect. So I just restarted it, and apparently didn't save the changes that I made. How am I? I'm doing fine. How is your name? I haven't seen you in chat for a little while now. Blocklax is BDAF. I don't know about that. I mean, it got that big finish that it was kind of lacking. I'm not Blitzle, I'm playing SableZard. Yeah, that is very true. Alright, we're going second, which is like... Yeah, here we go. We VIP pass for Greninja. Oh, wait. We can't do that. Yeah. There's a Miraidon. What is a Tomb for? Mainly for Mew, but also can cameo against Snorlax or Charizard to like shut off. It shuts off Rotom against Snorlax. It shuts Lumineon off like against Charizard. Since they're like, usually using Lumineon for Arven on the first turn. There's a true Alloutblitzle behind the door. Nah. the true Alloutblitzle's gone. Actually benching double Mareep and Zeraora. They bench locked themselves out of Iron Hands. Sounds good to me. Yeah, that's why like I understand that Snorlax is an annoying deck to go up against. Like if you were to choose what you were to face, you'd never pick Blocklax. But like it's just not really an issue in this format, because if you really want to beat it, like you just decide like, you know what, I never want to lose to Blocklax, you can do that. You can just play one card, and as long as your deck plays enough energies, it wins you the matchup. Entei Valiant Brick? If Entei Valiant misses Squawk, the deck is kind of a mess. They're playing 12 to 14 switches. It most certainly can brick. and like Magma Basin that like doesn't immediately do them anything. Yeah, the deck is the path to the peak. All right, well I'm surprised they didn't go for Iron Hands. I'm not complaining, but I'm surprised. So, oh yeah, I forgot to mention I'm playing Umbreon in this deck, so I can gust down Jirachi. I play funny cards. I have all the Colresses in there. We did prize a Raihan. We did prize a Fire Energy, looks like, so we do not want a Lost Zone. Oh, he just scooped after a research? That's hilarious. We can get 2 flower selectings here. Hopefully that gets us to a Colress. Sounds good to me. So we can get Comfey and probably Cramorant. I'm like, not actually, like, I don't need to KO this Mareep this turn. Because if I KO the Mareep, there's always a chance to come back at me with Iron Hands. So we'll see. Of course, I have to find Colress first. And we didn't get there. At least yet, we can rope and do it one more time. It sucks to lose our 1 Counter Catcher. But it's okay. Actually, that's crazy. Like, usually Valiant sees enough cards that, like, I at the opening 7 and research, they at least have a few playable things. Alright, we just didn't get there. Saw 6 extra cards, couldn't get there. We found 2 Battle VIP passes. Just Colress's experiment is not here. Ultra Ball coming down. Oh, there's the other path. That's awesome. So I can vacuum out this path and not have to worry about it for the rest of the game. I'm assuming that the last card in their hand is a supporter, considering they like Forest Sealed for Generator turn 1. That's an Iono. I'm not going to be upset about that. No way that they actually Forest Sealed for Generator with no supporter in hand. You're kidding. What the heck? Okay. This is very interesting. I don't know why you'd choose to do that, but okay. Alright, Flower Selects. I'm gonna keep the Nest Ball in case. Okay, Forest. Well, yeah, it's fine. I have the Vacuum in hand, so I can get down the Pidgeot. We might be using double Vacuum. Hey, maybe Lost Mine is a potential option this turn. Alright, so we'll do that. Got research from the prize, maybe. Alright, that's really easy. So how many am I up to? I am not gonna quite get there this turn, but I can still spit. I'm gonna rope first just to like give them as little information as possible. They probably give me this area aura, and I'm not necessarily thrilled about that, but it's fine. I can Lost Mine there, get back on even prizes. That plays so weird, because like, surely you can just hold the Forest Seal for a turn and then go and get like Arven if like that's what you really want to do. Like you want to search for a generator. No, just don't try this at home. Alright, I'm just gonna do this and yeet the Pidgeot back into the deck. Unfortunately, I don't like have a card I feel good about Lost Zoning. So we'll just vanish the Pidgeot. It's alright. We should be getting to Lost Mine next turn unless something really strange happens. And then the prize map's pretty simple. We just go Lost Mine and then Radiant Charizard twice. I feel fine about holding the Vacuum. Because then we can bounce a Bravery Charm if that does hit the board. I did give them Fleet-Footed, but I feel like it was worth it because if they bossed the Pidgeot, that would have been pretty bad. There's the Iron Hands. The big bad Iron Hands EX. Just whip generator. Oh man. The average Miraidon experience. So what is it, chat? Do you Fleet-Footed first or generator first? Funny sequencing thing. I think you've generator first. That's what you're supposed to do. Top deck that, of course. Let's Colress. Alright, we have to take that. I suppose Devolution's the best out of all those, but like it's not really a great card. I'm like still. Where are my energies? Where are my switches? Hold up. Okay, that's alright. Yeah, because then I go gate attack. Oh, I don't mind benching the Charizard, do I? Well, I already lost some the psych. Or, yeah. This is okay. I think we can do... I don't mind, like, okay, you boss it. I don't really care. Because then I just bring it right back. I'll just drop the Devolution so we don't ever redraw it. We'll bench the Comfey. Lost. No, I almost pressed Devolution. That would have been so bad. Alright, we can knock out Flaffy for certain. And then... I think I'll just put this 3 on Iron Hands just so we can't get bodied by like Charmed Iron Hands. Like Charmed Iron Hands plus Iono or something. Yeah, I saw that list from a Brisbane had all the tech cards in it. Well, yeah, it's kind of funny because like technically you could fleet foot into not an energy and give you better odds to hit an energy, or if you fleet footed after, like theoretically, like generator of course always hits 2, right? So then if you it gives you better odds of fleet footed drawing a desired card. All right. So if my opponent does go boss KO Radiant Charizard, what am I up to then? Yeah. They just have no energies on the hands and are down 2 generators. I don't like want to go KO Mareep though. That's kind of annoying. But I think it's like sort of smart to do it. I'm just gonna promote the Sableye just so I don't have to go digging finding Switch. Oh, of course, we top decked 1. It's okay. Let's just get those guys back. I don't think we'll need... Yeah, we won't be needing Cramorant. So I could get totally destroyed by an Iron Hand. Like, that'd be really disappointing, but it could happen. But they've already played 2 generators, so I think if I KO this Flaffy, I'm just gonna have to Charizard twice, I guess. Like, that's the win con. So we just want to make it as less likely as possible that they can use Iron Hands. So I don't hate dropping Spiritomb to give them less of a chance of drawing a good card. Let's just knock out the Mareep. I think it feels bad to go on bad prize cards like that, but I think it's what we have to do. And then we just ping these guys to put him into range. I guess I might not super experienced with Sable, so that, or with SableZard, so this could be bad, but I think this is what we're like supposed to do here. Like we're supposed to, there's the Raihan, just Zard twice to finish this game. I like knowing that I probably should have put the Psychic on the Comfey instead, so like not using Lost Mine again this game. I am leaving myself quite vulnerable to an Iono because I'm going to be putting myself down to 1 prize card. So that is pretty scary because there's 3 Ionos in this list. I don't have any sort of Gust left. So yeah, maybe that was bad. I don't know. It'd be really, really good to just go Radiant Charizard knockout and combine that with a Roxanne. Well, I want to KO the Mareep because I instantly lose the game to Iron Hands. I want to make it as unlikely as possible for them to use Iron Hands. Yeah, if you use Altaria EX, they couldn't Lost Mine the Altaria. Or they couldn't use Frenzied Gouging or Star Requiem. Yeah, it sucks to knock out Mareep. Like, it does not help the prize map out whatsoever. but I instantly lose this game if my opponent, if my opponent uses Ampy very much. So as bad as it feels, I think it's correct. I'm gonna go digging for Roxanne. I really should put the energy on a Comfey so I can dig 2 deeper. Hopefully that doesn't come back to cost me. That was awesome. So we get this. We do this and this and this. This will be difficult for my opponent to respond to. Not impossible, but difficult. I can just play the Collapsed, right? I don't... Let's just play Fog. We never want to see that card again. I can get rid of Tomb at this point. Like, it did its job. It denied 1 turn of Fleet-Footed. Combustion Blast. And there we go. Sort of, maybe. Even if we don't find, like, Klara immediately after 2 flower selectings or 1 flower selecting, we still could go Super Rod and find the 1 remaining Nest Ball. But it's super unlikely that they get the Amp this turn. They have to like Rope, Generator, hit 2, attach off of 3 cards. It's probably not happening. Always Iona means a Klara. I mean, I didn't draw it, so I have decent. I mean, not decent, but I have. I see 2 out of 10 cards, plus maybe a flower depending on how the hand looks. I'm feeling kind of bad about putting the energy on the Sableye. That was definitely not an amazing play. I was thinking like, oh yeah, we double lost mine. But then plans changed and that didn't work out. So they go ahead and get down Raikou. Colress into Klara. No, that's not what we need, Tog. You don't understand. I saw like some lists like cutting Roxanne, like lists from like successful lists for like IRL, and I just Roxanne's so good in any Lost Box deck. Like I understand like trying to like win the game more aggressively with Radzard, but it's so good. It feels just awesome to just play Roxanne, especially like combining it with a Devolution TM. Alright, that is a weird looking Klara. Here we go. Okay, well, we got that. That was not a clean game. I definitely could have done it better. My opponent definitely could have done it better. My opponent gives me the thumbs down, bro. Odds are I was gonna see it with that small of a deck, so. Cool. If the Radiant player never uses Iron Hands, it seems pretty good. And like also they used all their paths up super early, so they couldn't use that as a disruption option. So managed to win the first round. Didn't do that all that great. Only played 2 Colresses. I think against like a Miraidon player that sets up, we really don't have a ton of margin for error because we like have to be like responding into Iron Hands turn 2 most of the time, and that's like kinda hard. Oh, Roxanne's so good. Bro was raging in chat afterwards. Huh? Like literally saying, you gotta be kidding me? Odds are I hit it. Okay. So Miraidon being the most played deck tonight. Blocklax is a lie. That's funny. It wins the regional, and no one like the list is out and everything. No one's really playing it. It didn't lose to Blocklax, or it lost to Urshifu. That's hilarious. How did that happen? How'd you? Oh, advanced technology, rapid strike with the Drapion and the Minior. That's awesome. You're eating good tonight. I told you. Like, Miraidon, most played deck at Gdansk. See? This is the meta shift Goldengo needed. I had double turbo in the list initially. But I had, so the initial list had 2 Raihans, had 1 gate, 1 DTE. But it's like so much harder to attack with Umbreon with only 1 gate. So I think you could just go down the road of being like, okay, I'll play DT instead of Dark, because like Umbreon won't come up too often. But I do think Umbreon's good enough against Guardy, against Mew, even against Snorlax. It's a pretty okay attacker. It'll be funny to see, like, at Stuttgart, like the next big regional, how crazy people go over the, like, with the tech cards, because it does feel really good to include 1 tech card that auto wins you a matchup. But I think if you look at it just like sort of objectively, like from a percentage standpoint, like it doesn't make a ton of sense to tech for Block Lax. Like, unless Block Lax is totally auto winning your deck, I don't think it's worth teching for. Like, I'd prioritize cards like just like switching cards are like always good, like Turo, Jet Energy, or if I'm playing a one tech card right now, like you see it in my list, I'm playing Spiritomb because it's good against Block Lax to slow down their draw, but it's so much better against everything else. Like, it's good against Charizard and really good against Mew. So I'm probably not playing Minior unless like something crazy happens. There's like 4 Block Lax in top cut of Stuttgart, and then like I have to respect it. Imagine like the Block Lax mirror in finals like on stream. The chat would go so crazy. It would go so crazy. I was gonna look at something and now I forget. Oh yeah, I didn't realize that the tournament earlier today was not capped. Like, usually this is capped at 64 people. So I'm just like, nah, I'm good. I'll wait for the bigger one. But 122 people, I might have done that if I would have known, but it's fine. People raging over Block Lax winning is hilarious. Oh, Hedrick's playing tonight? What? Chin Pao. I was literally testing Chin Pao earlier today, because I was thinking like, okay, Charizard seems super broken right now. Like, really, the deck, aside from Tina, it doesn't really lose to anything, because Chin Pao's been so bad. So I was like, okay, this deck makes sense. It has to be good. But like, if Miraidon's the most popular deck in the room, that's real bad news for Pao. Also, I don't think you can take the L to Mew, which this list is most certainly doing. Also, taking the L to Valiant. Yeah, if you're playing Tina, you eat up all the Block Lax. You don't even need Minior. This is the list that Azul and his gang played with the Iron Bundle. Iron Bundle's pretty cool. Chin Pao, like, being able to beat Charizard is like super good right now, and it would not surprise me at all if at Stuttgart Charizard is the most played deck. Even if at San Antonio Charizard is the most played deck. With how like neutral, like, if we just like look on the matchups here, like everything is pretty close to favor. Like, Block Lax and Tina aside, you're not really losing badly to much of anything. So I kind of like it right now. Like, Gardevoir is most certainly winnable. Tina is pretty tough, but everything else is pretty okay, because like also Chin Pao doesn't really exist. Untoward Lost Box, it is here we can just, if you haven't seen the list, which I don't know how many of you wonderful people haven't, it's interesting. Haven't tried it at all, so I take my opinion with a grain of salt. I don't like that it can't ramp the Lost Zone quickly. Like, okay, cool, you have Palkia, like, who needs to ramp the Lost Zone when I can go Star Portal Subspace well? I feel like you'd have an issue with some hands early in the game, like Iron Hands just knocking out your Comfey, like on their second turn. Like, what do you do about that? Like, and if it's like Miraidon using hands and like like okay, I use Palkia to respond into your hands. Yeah, it was funny how fast he was playing. Hey, what's up, Zid? I like Kyogre. I think like in a meta with a lot of big basic decks, Kyogre makes more sense to me. Like before LAIC, like before like the meta like, has become more centralized to like big basic fast decks, I don't think Kyogre made a ton of sense. But it is one of your better ways to beat Iron Valiant. And like it kind of makes sense. Like if you're using Iron Hands, that's gonna eat into a lot of your gates. So like using something like Palkia that's lower maintenance, I think the built-in recovery option, pretty cool. Like I don't know how many games you're gonna be using both Iron Hands and Kyogre. Like that's probably the plan against Chien-Pao. So I can see this working. I mean it's Tord, so he went with like the full consistency route in Nestball Pokégear. And I'm sure people who like want to make edits to the deck are gonna like start eating into the Nestball and Gear count, which I think is gonna make the deck a lot bigger of a pile. And this may be the sort of direction Lost Box goes, as bad as it feels to say goodbye to Sableye. Like if Jirachi's in every Guardy list, which I could certainly see happening, or it even is happening, Sableye becomes a lot less good. One thing that really came back to bite Tord, like on the stream game, is Aaron recognized that Tord played no boss. And so if Aaron had Jirachi in play, Tord just could not, like if Tord just like two-shotting was so bad for him. Like Aaron got ahead in the prize race, so Roaring Moon wasn't very effective. And Tord could hit for like 200 something with Palkia, and you'd be like, okay, cool, I'll go back into one of my bench guys, and you can't clean up that knockout. So now that this list is out there, there's like definitely more counterplay, because I'm sure Tord people caught a lot of people by surprise with the Kyogre, with the Moon, maybe even Sableye to an extent, because like you see Moon, Water Energy, Hands, like you might not be thinking Sableye, but it's there. It will be really interesting to see if anyone else has like anyone else either adapts this list or takes this list and is able to like not even like repeat performance, but like have another relatively strong performance with it. It's a cool deck, like not a combination of cards you would have ever seen coming like a couple formats ago, but Lost Box has to answer a lot of questions right now, and it answers questions for sure. But yeah, I'm not like, huge on it, but I think it's like one thing that like I initially was like, oh, there's no Manaphy in here, but the more I think about it, the more it makes sense. Like Chien-Pao is really struggling, so I like, and then against Lost Box matchups that are using Radiant Greninja, if I use Ampu very much for 2 prizes before they use Radiant Greninja, that like kind of sucks for them. Like, okay, sure, you use Radiant Greninja to knock out 2 Comfeys, I'll just amp you very much again, and I don't really care. So I think it's like the more that I think about it, the more fine it seems to me. Like kind of like how Tina doesn't always play Manaphy. I don't think you have to play Manaphy in every single deck. Like not like how you used to. Especially if like SableZard is like becoming the preferred way to play like regular LZB, like not something crazy like this, then and Chien-Pao is declining. Really, like it's like just Tina who uses Moonlight Shuriken, and it's not like always using it super aggro. I think if you're an evolving deck, you still like are kind of like you still have to play Manaphy, but if you're a deck like Lost Box, I don't think it's like awful to cut it. DTMU against the Reggies. DTMU with Metacham. Bro's cooking. Goodra. I feel like a Goodra isn't all that amazing. Like I feel like Counter Catcher being printed is so annoying. Because like before, Gardevoir had a big issue at dealing with Goodra, like I mean, really damage up itself to one-shot it. But like now they can like Counter Catcher boss around it. Like they can still be taking prizes with Screamtail, with Cresselia early in the game. And also just Goodra doesn't answer well to Iron Hands. Like sure you can hit them for 200 with Iron Hands, but if they just have a copy of boss to go around the Goodra, it just feels pretty bad. Goodra just seems pretty weak right now. I don't think it answers the best decks quite as good as it used to. It's like probably still decent into Charizard. But your Miraidon matchup was always suspect, and it got worse. Gardevoir was a favorable matchup that got worse. Turbo, like Lost Box Mirror was always suspect, and now it's worse. Now like if they're playing Iron Hands themselves, and then now it picks up a bad matchup to Roaring Moon. I think it would probably be reasonable in Sensei Valiant, or Ropes exist. Umbreon VMAX. Okay, 1 second. Let me check in here. We're up against singles. No, we're up against colorless. What? With 22 energies. Okay. Umbreon VMAX gives me a much easier way to gust a Jirachi on the second turn, and then combined with Lost City, it can take Jirachi off the board pretty early. Also, just okay attacker, one-shotting Guard EX, one-shotting Mew VMAX. Mood with Cramorant is kind of nuts. Seems like it could be funny. Okay, let's get it. He really wants to Weird Ear for sure. He wants to have 2 Weird Ears in a one game. Okay. But they're not even playing Deer. Like, that's the funny thing. Well, if I've ever seen a Lugia brick, it should be this game, right? With 22 energies, when like usually Lugias are sitting at like 15. Bro's got the 4 regenerative energies. Alright, here we go. I'm like super paranoid that my deck didn't save, but it did. It's... I just don't want to get screwed. Okay. Oh no, boss, don't even mention it. Cram is like the best card in the game if it hits heads. But I feel like Moon doesn't have too many cards. It's just like, yeah, this is fine to discard. Yeah, watch. I feel like max consistency Lugia and can't set up, but this person playing 22 energy lug is gonna be fine. I literally stopped playing Lugia because I was tired of getting bodied at like League. Like I'd lose to like matchups that I'd be like supposed to beat because of like dumb hands, like Lugia getting theme deck hands. They were against Lost Moon and Moltres. That seems like probably not amazing for you. Alright, they actually have an Ultra Ball, believe it or not. One of their 3 Ultra Balls. Plot armor up still. I don't remember if I renewed it or not, so I'll have to check after this game. Got the one-shops down. And got the therapeutic to the Lugia, though, not to the Lax. Okay. I can spit into Lugia. That's pretty nice. Alright. Spit into it twice. Sounds good to me. Snorlax is super annoying in this matchup. Okay, I just take the other 2 things. Already got a Forest Seal. I tried to avoid the Laxes if at all possible. I don't mind attach retreating to like potentially activate Raihan. So we do that. Sure, I don't really want to Lost Stone Fire. Collapsed would be kind of funny though. Alright, popping off this time. This is what we always want to do. I didn't play the Pokégear. If I gear for another Colress, then it could get Iona to the bottom, and that would make me very sad. Mulligan 3 times? Pog. Oh, UK has got free plot armor? What am I doing? I should really... No, I'm not moving to the UK. So they jetpack into Lax. They don't want to read the wind here. Is this one of those classic Lugia bricks? There's a boss's order. Hey, thank you. How kind of you. My opponent was like, here, buddy, I want to make this, I want to be nice to you. So shout out to my opponent. Okay, Zard is a pretty good card. Sableye is a pretty good card. Psychic Energy is a pretty good card. Sure. You were somehow able to beat someone with Lugia Meow scared. Nice. I like being able to gate early. I don't know. I think we're kind of in cruise control here. No Lugia on the board. We should be chilling. What's wrong with the UK? Nah, there's nothing wrong. The UK was fine. I don't know. I don't know. Been there. It's fine. There's a Mew EX. They're drawing cards, chat. Hold up. It's not over. Restart for one. I could say the same thing. Why do people think Americans like just are obsessed with cheese? It's just a stereotype. So I'm at what's it called? 7? I should have just nest down the Pidgeot. But it's fine. You love cheese? Good for you, buddy. I'm happy for you. Yay, we got to 10. I can lost mine. No, I don't like cheese. I'm allergic. I can't. Alright. Politicians, we're not doing that here. If you talk about politics, you're getting a quick ban hammer. Just don't like cheese. It's fine. Genome hack the lost mine, I dare you. I think we're good here. I think my extreme's kind of lagging some, but maybe I'm just cringe. Dump. They just have all. Oh, they got the Lugia V-Star. Tragic. Oh man, disappointing. Who would have guessed? Lugia with 22 energy is not drawing well. I would never have guessed that. Alright, well, they can get the restart for some more cards. Deep fried Mars bars? That sounds disgusting. I'm pretty sure like when I was in the UK though, I think I had like one actually like English meal. Like it was I think we like went to like this Mediterranean restaurant like 3 times or something. No, it was like once, but it was pretty good. Oh man, good times. Mesa Goza is an absolute lie. They bench locked themselves out of Archeops. What? Bro is just like, I'm tired of this. Okay. Thing in Scotland? Oh no. Scotland? That sounds scary, whatever that is. I love Mesa Goza. What a great card. I just bin something. Sure. Glasgow, stay classy. I just put like 30 on 2 different lugs so I can Radzard for my. What is? I forget what treasure energy even does. Actually, wait. Now I can't go like Lost Mine twice. Whatever. This is not supposed to happen. SableZard is not supposed to be the 4 prize lead. It's supposed to be the comeback deck. Alright, Mexico is just an absolute lie. The card does nothing. I'm gonna guess that my opponent has at least 3 energies in their hands. Read the wind? Boss's orders. Okay. Rude. I'll just go put 100 there or something. Bro, can they at least announce 1 attack this game? This would be kind of depressing if they just don't do anything. Read the winds. Hey. Disappointing. Alright. Flower select, sure. I'm doing such a great job. Like, okay, we'll thin that out. I'm like not gonna be super lazy. You know what? I'll actually play smart here. I'll like bait them into KOing Pidgeot. I do not care. Give me a Radzard. We can finish this game faster. I've never heard of that, Tog. So, no? Question mark? Do I want to know what that is? That name sounds interesting to say the least. Sounds very appetizing. Oh yes, we got the Umbreon. I told you, absolutely baited them. Is that sand? Maybe. I don't understand this Lugia player. But they finally got the Lugia V-Star. Only 1 Archeops down. I'm assuming that like this person's deck, they're probably in like the way that they played, they're probably newer to the game, which is fine. We all have to start somewhere. I don't know if I were new, if I would play these tournaments. I don't know. I guess it's like a good way to get better. Well, if you're like just trying to, I should maybe like make a video on that or something. That's like an interesting question. Lost Zone good and Lost Zone Dialga in the same sentence. I don't think those work. I don't. Those don't belong in the same sentence. I don't think that's true. Well, it could function well as a Lugia, or not Lugia, as good as Lost Dialga could. Triple vacuum. You're announcing turn 2 Star Chronos? I mean, that doesn't sound awful. Told you the bait was worth it. Now we win with Lost Mine. We didn't even need the Radzard. The bait didn't even have a purpose. Alright, 2-0. That was a lot less sweaty than our first game. I was kind of scared of that matchup. I feel like if my opponent like does the thing and sets up, that's like kind of annoying. Oh, you need sleeves? Have you registered for Stuttgart already? Because I don't know if registration is closed or not, but it probably. Like, if you've already registered, you like obviously have to have your deck. Yeah, you need to have sleeves. Are you saying like asking if sleeves cost something or? Oh. Well, okay. If you're just like going to a regionals, get your deck, whatever that may be. Then get some sleeves. I personally recommend Ultimate Guard Katanas. Those are my favorite. Put it in a deck box, like really any sort of deck box will do. Get some dice for to be damage counters. Make sure you have a couple clear ones for rolls, because like at tournaments, I don't know if you know this, but like usually coin flips are done with a dice roll where evens are heads and odds are tails. You don't necessarily have to have a playmat, but I would recommend it, just since like I don't want to put my cards on those dirty tables. And like if you have dice, sleeved deck, playmat, put it all in a backpack and you should be good. If you're like talking about like how much it would cost to build a deck, I would say like probably like the most a standard deck would be about $100. Like sleeves would be about like 12-13 bucks. Bring plenty of burn markers. Oh no. Actually, you need a poison marker now because of cloth. Oh yeah, turn 2 star Cronus does seem busted. Like I'm not gonna deny that, but it. You'll have to send me the list. I don't know. It seems like I've tried Lost Dialga a lot, like more than the average person. Never got it to work consistently. Armor intact, absolutely. Let me check here real quick. Oh yeah, I paid for the premium bonus 24 hours of plot armor. We're good. 8-0 incoming. Or hopefully it doesn't all fall to pieces like yesterday. That's alright. We're chilling. Thanks, you had no idea, no problem. Yeah, I can definitely could be daunting if that's not something you've done before. Well, I don't know if registration for Stuttgart is still open. Like if you haven't registered already, could you see my list? Yeah, no problem. Because it's just, I guess it's like a month away, but like San Antonio registration was not a month, but like 3 weeks away. But San Antonio registration was like a couple months ago, so I assume Stuttgart has already filled up by now, but I could be wrong. I haven't tried to ever register for a European regional, so. Music is definitely copyrighted? No copyrighted music here. I'm not out here trying to get a strike. I'm not getting all my hard work deleted playing dumb decks, somehow getting ad revenue from it. No, I'm not letting that happen. I know, yeah, there's like there's very faint music in the stream. I could make it louder if I really wanted to. I gotta fix it and make like all like the songs like the same decibel or whatever, so like it's not like super cringe. It's like something I just have to fix, but I'm like I'm kind of busy and stuff. It's okay. I would probably look into it pseudonym if you're thinking about going. It might already be filled up by now, because like some of those regionals fill up well ahead of time. Like San Antonio regionals filled up in less than 24 hours, and they've had like some they've opened up a few like bonus spots, but like they seem to fill up pretty quickly. I don't know about the European stuff, but I think they've also had trouble keeping them not keeping them but just having spots available. They seem to fill up pretty fast. The Devolution, since people really seem to be leaning more towards the like rare candy Pidgeot Charizard builds, I like normally they have like super tanky Pokemon. It's really tough to take 6 prizes in the matchup, but just being able to devolve all their dudes, like they can't really be proactive with Roxanne or with rare candies against us. So like we can use Sableye Cram, like pick off their Charmeleons and stuff, and then go Devolution plus like Roxanne, and they're gonna have a difficult time coming back from that. Yeah, I've been like, I am a huge believer in Radiant Greninja Lost Box. But like you get to play like so many more cards. Like Radzard is just like a more efficient card. It's a lot less slots. I get to play like more tech cards. I have more space for that now. is it necessarily better than playing like an actual fighting attacker in Gate LZ, like in hardcore Gate, like in Greninja LZP? I don't know yet. I haven't played this deck a ton. But as much as it hurts me to admit this, I feel like this first time in a while that SableZard could be better than like Radiant Greninja Classic, like Turbo LCP. I don't know the exact. I think like juniors is like 11 and under, seniors is like 15 and under, 16 and under, something like that, and then masters is everything else. Or not 16 and under, but it's like 11 to 16 or whatever it is. Yeah. Okay. Oh, Hayden Matthews, wasn't this someone who just got top 4 in what's it called, at Brisbane? That's kind of funny. Yeah, I think they played the Minior at Brisbane, but they're not playing it now. Against a SableZard. Nice. Okay. Jirachi's a pretty good card. Oh no, you cut the Jirachi. You said you're up against Roaring Moon, Moltres Lost Box. Yeah, that feels pretty bad. Oh yeah, usually there's Germany gets like 1 or 2 regionals a year, and they even have had EUIC there before also. I would love, like, it'd be really cool to get to the point someday where, like, it makes sense financially to, like, travel to European regionals. I'd really like to go to Europe more. More, like, more than just one time in my life, but, got some. EUIC, European International Championships. It's, like, the biggest events in Europe, and, like, anyone, like, all the best players from the world go to it. Like first place gets 10 or how much is it? It's like $20,000 now or something. I don't. How much did? Let's see. Like LAIC just happened, the Latin America equivalent. Yeah, first place gets $25,000. 500 CP, big events. They've had it in Berlin a couple times. In this year, it's in London. If I were to play Lost Zone Moon, I would probably play it with Greninja. I can't really stomach playing a ton of energies. Whilst like not having a way just to discard them and draw more cards. Of course, Brendan here said, yeah, you're an idiot, and didn't do it that way. So, what do I know? But I personally do not like lots of energies in my deck without Radiant Greninja, but Radiant Greninja is a pretty good card. Look what's missing from your list. Did you drop it in the Discord? I'll take a look. I'll definitely take a look. Okay. I was told. Why didn't I keep in bench log? Because I was so far ahead, it didn't really matter. Like if it was an actual game, then sure. But we were 100% fine. With like the list that my opponent had, how I had set up, I was not at all worried. Could I have played it better? Probably. But hey, I can half pay attention and look at chat and okay. I was promised some sort of crazy list here by Moon Kitty, and oh, that's tidy. Bruh. Okay. May or may not have what card? I'm confused. Manaphy? Okay. Wait. There we go. Okay, hold up. I thought I messed up. How I feel about San Antonio? Not great. I'm not as prepared as I'd like to be at this point, but we're still figuring it out. if I can find a deck I'm comfortable with, confident, I feel like I can do well. I haven't really found something that like feels awesome. Like usually like I find the deck that like clicks for me, and like I mean you guys have seen on the channel like those like some of those runs where I like several consecutive top 8 like wins at an online tournament. Like I just gotta find that deck. So I bounce around between all sorts of stuff till I find that thing that clicks for me. But we haven't got there yet. I feel like Counter Catcher seems kind of bad when you're like starting ahead. Also, Path seems so cringe. Sure, like Beach Court or Artisan's better. I have particularly like Star Chronos and then like Boss Round and 2 prizes. Like you can't do that with Counter Catcher probably. That seems pretty hilarious. But the only one prize like is sort of annoying. Like if there's like a billion energies, and I guess like they have to make it have like the one energy or the only one prize thing. It could be cool, but I don't think it like ever like replaces SableZard. Maybe becomes like a one of in the deck or something. What's up, Derp? I know you said in the Discord you're playing Rapid Strike 1-1. Oh, lost to Miraidon. You didn't know I was streaming. Oh man. Sad. We're fine. Dude, not all the cards. There have been some leaks. It's like this block's shiny set, which I think there's like a lot of really dope artworks. Lot of playable cards getting shinies, which I'm like pretty happy about. But we don't have like a concrete set list yet. Like Poke Beach has like new leaks like every morning or something. What's my Aerodactyl this format? I'll figure it out. Like initially, like last format, like Obsidian Flames, it was Colorless Lugia. Then it was Goodra, felt really good. And then Aerodactyl, we just went so crazy. Like that was probably the best, like most dominant run of tournaments I've been on like ever. Aside of maybe Prime Arceus Gyarados, because I also won a cup and got top 4 with it. Like that deck was so good. But yeah, it's not so good anymore. I hope I'm never playing Guardy for major events, honestly. Like I'd rather play Lost Box. I'm gonna play a deck that has like a pretty if I'm gonna play a deck that has a high rate of tying, I'll play Lost Box. Get an autograph from me? Sure. I've never signed an autograph before, but okay. Sure. Alloutblitzle meet and greet autograph session incoming. You want one too? Nah. Am I going to Charlotte? I mean, no, I didn't register or get into it, so no. I didn't try to register either. If all goes according to plan, I do coaching sessions. Send me a DM on Discord. We could work something out. I don't have like a Metafy page if that's what. Oh man, now like people in chat are asking for an autograph. Bro, what? If all goes according to plan, I'll be at San Antonio, Indianapolis, Orlando, potentially NAIC. We'll see how maybe with some money and that makes a picture too. No problem. Yeah, I don't. You guys have been so awesome to me. Like 2,000 subscribers this relatively quickly. Yeah, I mean, just for a picture, that's fine. Doors autographed. Yeah, send me your door in the mail and I'll autograph it. How much CP? I have 192. Oh, thank you. I try to. I'm not like different on purpose. I just like try to play more anti-meta stuff. I like the cards I upgraded. I've sent them in with. I'm sent them into PSA. Um, but I guess if you're just like keep like they have the like the #1 grading service have like the best resale value. But if you're just going for like resale value, like there's other services that exist. But I think I would go with PSA. Like that's the one I'm most familiar with. Yeah, send your door. I don't know how much postage like send a door would be, especially overseas from like Germany to the United States. Like how much postage would a door be? All right, mysterious player playing Gardevoir, but there is a Jirachi here. It is Umbreon time. Oh yeah, I'm sure it'd be very expensive and would not make too much sense logistically to send a door in the mail. I don't know for sure. I think you do. I think you have to have an account. I think so. But it's like I think around 15 bucks or something like that. Against Grabber Mew, that's probably difficult. You need to watch this game, yeah. This is the Umbreon matchup. The plan is Dark Signal up a Jirachi, banish it to the Lost Zone, and then use Collapsed Stadium and get rid of my Umbreon. And we continue on our way. It is Umbreon time. Marin's up against another Miraidon. That man is winnable. He's like can't die to their early pressure. I think you like probably can't bench Inteleon. You probably try to go like double Urshi. Yeah, I think like it's probably fine. Like if they can amp an Inteleon V, then just KO a VMAX. That'd be tough. My opponent's not checked in yet. Bro is terrified of the Umbreon. And I like of the stars aligned here. I mean, I'm in Umbreon rank. I'm playing the Moonbreon. Does that guarantee a tournament dub? Imagine like this deck becomes like good or something somehow, and people like, oh, this would be such an expensive deck to get max rarity. I don't know how much the Umbreon is, but like that like probably at least like what $300, $400, $500 just with that one card. That's hilarious. Oh, it's not checked in, bruh. All out stalling. How's the tourney going? 2-0 against faced two people who weren't, or the first person probably could have played better. Second person didn't have the most competitive list, but hey, here we are. We're at 2-0 and we're up against Gardevoir. My opponent, hold up. Is bro just not gonna check in? Alright, chat. Oh, they checked in! Go over to it and they check in. That's not nice. Okay. I swear, bro's trolling just for the stream. I'm for sure getting stream sniped. Down. Like, the first build of this deck had so much more space, but I didn't have the Forest Sealstone package. It's, like, impossible to find the VMAX and Lost City without Forest Seal. Like, you kind of have to have those. So yeah, we have the 4 Sealstones in there now. I sent them the friend request, right? Yeah, come on, dude. Quit going out all towards stall mode on me here. Oh, this is someone who knows me from way back in the day. Shout out to Mysterious Player. Knows me from Pog 2020. Dang. That's way back. That's like the very first big online tournament. Awesome. You love to see it. So if I will ever decide to send the match over to me, I'd be very happy, but bro is taking his sweet time. It is. Oh, here we go. Just had to complain. New deck 58, absolutely goated. What's my strategy against Moon? Use my crams early to force them to either find Stadium or gouge themselves, and then just probably Charizard twice. Make sure I keep Manaphy on the board to prevent Radiant Greninja from doing its thing. But Radzard trades really well with them. Like, I have Gate and Raihan in my list, so I can use Radiant Charizard early in the game. Yeah, we dodged the second round curse because I faced Lugia with 22 energies. But now we gotta face a Guardy with Jirachi round 3 that gets to go first. All the factors here. This is sauce? So far, so good, PJ. Are D and P? Dark and Psychic. Yeah, early hands is a big issue with this deck. It's if like we go first against Miraidon, they get turn 1 hands, we probably pick up our cards and go to game 2. But like if we can like early Zard response into the hands is pretty good, because like Miraidon can't have more than 1 hands in a game, or not that it can't, but usually they're only playing 1 and it's difficult for them to have 2, like because they can't really bench more than 1 Flaffy against us. Turbo Energize, you're gaming? Okay. Right, we got the Colress, not a ton. I mean, we have the Switch, I guess, too. There's 1 Ralts. Is this a VIP Guardy? I didn't even look. I think I always stood by VIP Guardy, and this is VIP Guardy as well. I think especially now with like Turbo Hands and Valiant existing, you gotta have a full board of guys early in the game. Alright, just 2 Ralts. It's not... Okay, let's go. What a good deck. Umbreon in there. V is in there. VMAX is in there. Radzard is not. Heavy is in there. Lost Cities are. Collapsed is not. That's annoying. I would have seen it in hand. I'm a dummy. Alright, Colress. Yeah, Raw's not as valuable in this deck like other Lost Box. I gotta remember that. It's like a kind of a learning curve thing for me. I think I'll take this. Spitting into this isn't like phenomenal, to be honest. I'm just gonna get down the Umbreon. Why not? It's Umbreon. It's time to Umbreon, chat. Flower select. Oh, this is so good. This is so good. Let's go. All right. We're cooking. I want the card. Oh, I almost Wait, I actually Radzard was prized in my hand. I'm an idiot. Do not listen to anything that I say. I do not know what I'm talking about at all. Alright. Ralts goes down. So they're gonna have to Mirage Step. For his Seal Stone. Bruh. This is pretty good. Iono! Oh man. Like everything. That is so rude. You deserve to not draw Mirage Step. Oof. Where's my Radiant Greninja? You 100% deserve... Ah, bro! That's not how it's supposed to happen. Kind of taking a chance there. Like... Where Sealstone was broken. Dang. If they whiff step, this game's over, but okay. How has no Greninja been feeling? Fine so far, but I'm like not I'm like not a huge like it hurts me a little bit inside. Okay, I'm just gonna do this just to have the pivot. Unfortunately, just couldn't go Lost Mine. So that's a little awkward, but we're starting 2 prizes ahead. Oh, if you could, yeah, if you could play 2 Radiants, that'd be so good. Like, that would be so insane. Yeah, if they whiffed Step, that would have been the game. They still have some work to do. Only 2 Kirlias, like, they must have prized one. So... You know, Cresselia would be super annoying this turn. If they could get there, they would need a lot to go their way. I guess they like have enough energies now. So they wouldn't need like absolute ton. Amazing Rares were basically that, except the attacks were a lot more awkward to use. At least until Lugia and Mirage Gate came out. Then those cards were cracked. Amazing Rare Reshiram in this format, bro. Alright, no, they just had the Curly in hand. Busted. I wish, like, I would have been cool with them drawing Step if they would have drawn all their other Curlias. Like that, like, Greninja Break feeling when you drew all your Frogadiers. There was never a greater feeling in the world. Level Ball? Jirachi, you know you want it. I'm very sad though. I had like so many good cards in my hand that are noticed at the bottom of my deck. Jirachi, I'm telling you, it's Umbreon time. Hoopa, Moon, Mew, Lost Box? That sounds crazy. Still hate Miraidon? And you dropped King? Dang. I'm the last one standing already? Tragic. Alright, did you whiff Guard EX and a draw supporter attached to the active? I don't know what bro's got this turn. Did they just like, okay, there's a Guard EX, so they're not just cooked. Oh, they had plenty of stuff. Okay. Alright. Got you baited. Nice hands. But now I have even more good cards at the bottom of my deck. Yeah, Arven's just such a bad card after turn 1. Alright, hit the Arcana. I feel like it, Guardy takes 2 long turns. It should be my turn, right? Alright, getting the Ralts. So are they gonna be benching that, leaving themselves no... Okay. I mean, I'd be cool with that. Leave themselves no space for what's it called? Cresselia. They do that. Miracle Force. So I kind of want to use Umbreon VMAX to take the KO here. It would be very difficult. But if we can get it, that would be absolute... Okay. Hold up. Chat. Hold up. No way. Is this optional? You may. Okay, good. I was gonna cry if it was not optional. I do not want to draw into an energy. Oh, that would be so bad. Okay, Star Alchemy. I have the energies in deck, right? Okay, I just grab a Psychic. I do not want to draw it into my dark. I vacuum get to... Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Okay, I'm just gonna blossom the Roxanne. Cooking. I guess Dark was at the bottom of my deck, so I couldn't have drawn it anyway, but it's okay. Thinning, right, chat? Flower select. Art is cool with me. Because now I can keep the pivot. Umbreon VMAX, let's go. Dark Signal. No thank you. Max Darkness for the knockout. Now what do you do, buddy? Yeah. Arven just like, even in like Arvenzard, I just like hate having to play Arven after the like first turn. It just feels like such an underwhelming card. Like if you're behind and you can get Counter Catcher, it's like it's cool because it's basically boss's orders. I mean, it's working right now. With only a Counter Catcher left, though, this might be an awkward finish for me. Because like Rope isn't a prize. I guess Rope Radzard is always a prize, right? Yes, but then I can go Lost Mine, knock them out back, and it's gonna come down to me basically finding Charizard Rope for the game. So it's gonna be an interesting finish. This is not over. If my opponent just whiffs Guard EX, it's over. They've used all their drawing abilities. So if they just don't have Guard EX, then okay, there's Candy. All right, they're okay. You love the Revivroom? Okay, they take my hands away. Very rude. Busted, let's go. That's 3 Iono's gone as well. How many of those do they even have left? Because some lists only play 3. Psychic Embrace. They have all the energies that they need to take this knockout. My opponent's list won't load here on the side, so that's that's frustrating. But they only have like a refinement to dig deeper. I'm glad I played the cart last turn just to keep the pivot available. Yeah, they got the brainwave. Oh man, imagine Jirachi doesn't exist. We just win. Oh man. Okay. I kind of want to play Rod and put back in like Cram Fire Psychic. I don't know. That's like a lot of clunk that gets put into the deck. I want to put back in the other fire. Heart is a nice grab, and I just don't hate cramming here. Like Cram or Mine, like neither one are bad results. Cram, that's good. I Forest Seal Stone just so we don't ever redraw it. Flower Select. That's easy. Cramorant, Forest Sealstone, Switch Cart back, Spit Innocently. I can't. Limitless is not loading, so I don't know if they play one or. I suppose it doesn't really matter. We have to find. We have the Fire Energy. We just have to find a Rope next turn. Klara, that's also Fire Energy. Oh, why is Limitless just stuck right now? It's so frustrating. Fix your website, Robin. No, I think it's just my device. It's super slow. Super Rod. Sorry, chat. I'm like totally neglecting you right now. So they rotted. They have quite a. I guess if they should manually attach. That'd be really weird if they don't have it. But also if they were like digging for Iono, I wouldn't like they probably wouldn't super at first. At least you'd think. Oh, they want to get another Guard EX down, so Rope isn't game. That's a heads up play by my opponent. Like, there's no boss, there's just Counter Catcher. No! This might, if they have attachment from hands. Yeah, that, I think, is it, unfortunately. Shoot. That was good. Dang. I thought we had it there with Umbreon play. But yeah, Jirachi's just too good. Jirachi still exists. That's pretty bad for us. If they can't evolve, oh, they're gonna boss, or not boss, Counter Catcher. Oh yeah, that's, even if they don't evolve, that's probably still it. This is like the issue I have with SableZard. I don't want to go down and play Roaring Moon. Like, I don't want to have to do that. But I'm afraid that you have to. Like, we did what we were supposed to do, and it's still not enough to be a Gardevoir. Like, that's super frustrating. Yeah, I don't think we have a win condition now. Aside from my opponent just messing up. Yeah, like, this is the issue I've had with every single Lost Box build that I've tried, is I can beat everything I want to beat. Like, I can beat Iron Hands no problem. I can beat Iron Valiant no problem. But Gardevoir with Jirachi is always an issue, and I don't know if it's possible to fix it. And this is exactly why I'm like skeptical on playing Lost Box for San Antonio. It's very frustrating. Like, even if we have boss instead of catcher, like, we still just don't like, Iono plus Counter Catcher is still super good. Like, if someone finds a way to be able to deal with Jirachi, that gets you, that's gonna win you $10,000. But I don't think it exists. I don't think you can just be like, you know what, I'll ignore Jirachi, when I think Gardevoir is always playing it. Yeah, but Dialga is gonna be an inconsistent mess. Like, it may give me a better chance into Guardy if I set up, but also it's like still kind of a pile. And like, also, sure, you can like rush them early. Like, if you can get turn 2 Chronos, and that can't be that likely, but if you could get it, it still exists where they do the exact same thing. They knock out your active, they Iono you to 1 or 2 cards, and you have to figure it out. You don't have Sableye. But if they should have Manaphy on the bench, right? And also, that's gonna take a ton of gates. Like, you're gonna have to gate at least twice to Dialga, and then you're gonna have another gate in hand to Greninja. And like, you don't have Forest Seal there to help you out. Like, you're just gonna have to draw incredibly hot to get that early. What decks run Jirachi right now? Like, almost every Gardevoir in Charizard deck, and occasionally in Lost Box. Oh yeah, if there were no Iron Hands in format, Guardy would be by far the best deck in format. Iron Hand like checks it some, and like, that's what I'm like afraid I have to do. Like, if I want to play Lost Box, I have to go Turbo Hands and just like overrun Guardy. And it's like not something I'm like super thrilled about. Like, I'd rather have like, I've always enjoyed like the more like single price toolboxy like Lost Box builds. But I don't really know what other option we have. Table 3, you say? NTV Chi-Yu Firebox. I made a video on this deck. That's actually one of my most viewed videos. I'm going to San Antonio. It is the December 16th is the day. This is most certainly a deck. 1/2 Charcadet Armor Rouge, 1/2 barrel. Nice. I don't know what this is. It's Charcadet Entei. GU thing. But they're 3-0, they're better than me, so. I first like started pouring all my time into LZB. It was like all the way back here. I played Goodra, took it to a league challenge, and I literally have like, aside from a few bumps in the road here, I've been spamming Lost Box ever since. And I don't know if I don't think you can do that now. It's frustrating. Because I feel like I play Lost Box the best, and like my record here on Limitless backs that up. But if I'm like yeah, Palkia just made top 4 totally dodging Gardevoir, but that's not something you want to rely on. Like, if I'm statistically most likely to face a certain deck, I want to make sure I at least have a solid game plan into that. Yeah, I think Lost Box has to play hands. Like, it's a huge resource investment, and it's like kind of bad after turn 2 against Guardy. Like, if you're not getting, I mean, Tor Box may be the answer. I don't know. I thought about trying like some Lost Box Iron Hands, maybe like double turbo energy, like maybe try to like conserve the gates or something. Magnezone Dialga lists. They are now 2-1. It is Magnezone Dialga Pidgeot with 2 Judge and a Gita. Interesting. I just think like I've tried like these outside the box Gardevoir checks, and like that's exactly what we didn't remove Jirachi turn 2. Like it's not like exactly what we're supposed to do with it, but it's basically like we carried a Guardy X with it. Like that's a solid result. Still can't get there. So I just don't know. Like I want to play Lost Box. I'm not a big fan of Tina. Well, I love the Regigigas build. I think that it's if Jirachi doesn't exist, this is the way to play Lost Box. Like I just top 8'd late night with it, and I totally just dodged Jirachi. Or I beat Zard with Jirachi. That match is a lot more manageable. But also, I just like felt like in these like tournament runs, in these League Cup runs that I've had with this deck, I may have gone deep into these tournaments, but like some of the wins are just like not like super clean wins where like if my opponent plays better, guard you without Jirachi, okay. Or like if like late into the day in a regional, my opponent's like probably gonna be playing like fine. Like I can't bank on my opponent misplaying in day 2 or late in a regional. So I'm really not too certain right now. Shin Pao has not been performing super well, so I'm not like terribly worried about it like I was going into the format. Well, the opponent decides on Iron Bundle, so they're never gonna give you the Jirachi. Yeah. Like if Iron Bundle was basically boss as a Pokemon, that'd be so crazy. Yeah, that'd be cool. it's just like, yeah, I have these deep tournament runs with the decks. You get me like, oh, Alloutblitzle, you're winning with this deck. Why'd you stop playing it? Like, oh, I got second at a League Cup, but very realistically, I should have done worse if I would have played against, like, if a couple instances my opponents play better, like a win turns into a tie, or a tie turns into a loss, or win turns into a loss. Like, it, not saying I feel great about, like, even though it is a W, doesn't feel awesome. Well, what the heck? I could have lost in their Jirachi, but then I just get my Umbreon one shot right back. So it would have been like, that's the Lycanroc problem. Like, it's just a negative prize trade. Like, early in the format, like when I was playing these Lost Box decks before, like Guardy was playing like half Jirachi, it was so much better. But now it's just a lot less reasonable for me. Not just me, just Lost Box as an archetype. Yeah, like, I'm not saying that, like, you just, like, can't rely on online results to, like, supplement, like, you can't just, like, go with, like, wins and losses in an online tournament as, like, a set in stone thing of, like, this means this is good. Lost Zone Glamora, that, it seems so good on paper, right? The issue I have with it is, I probably should have gone third Comfey, actually. That was not great for me. The issue I have with the Glamora is, like, in a closed list tournament like San Antonio Regionals will be, I'm blindly benching a Glimmet against you, which is, like, not an amazing attacker, but I see you flip over a wall. It's like, that's what I'm gonna go for, and it could very well just be absolutely dead bench space. And then also, like, its attack is just straight up underwhelming, and it's just, I think there's better spaces. Like, if it's, I had to commit 2 spots to the deck to play it at least. Yeah, there is a lot going on. I don't like how it can't, like, it seems very weak into opposing Iron Hands decks. It seems like it has, like, there's obvious strength there, like a lot of very powerful cards put it into 60, but yeah, there is a lot going on, and I think now that it's out of the bag and people realize that there's no boss in the list, it's like if you have, like, against Gardevoir or Charizard with Jirachi, it's like not that hard just to have a Pokemon soak up some damage and hide it on the bench, and they can't really do a whole lot about it. I guess that's mainly Charizard, not necessarily Gardevoir. Well, I'd say early rounds at, like, a cup at a regional, like, you're gonna encounter some people who have, like, who aren't the highest skilled players. But, like, if, like, my goal is to win the whole thing, or at least just have a deep run, like top 32, top 16. And I don't want to be reliant on my opponent making mistakes. And, like, if I'm playing more like a rogue, like, out of left field kind of deck, like, I can probably factor in my opponent misplaying, because, like, they're not going to know what the heck to do against me. But if I'm playing, like, a established archetype, I do not want to be like, yeah, I just hope that you throw. Yeah, I'll just attach retreat. I could rope, dig one deeper. And I mean, they only have a 1-card hand. I don't hate it, actually. Like, if they're going back into Crest or Ninja, they don't have Mew in the action. Yeah, see, they give me a Ralts. Rapid Strike is a very good deck. I was thinking about it today. I agree, Zard does seem like a decent play. Like, if its worst matchups are Tina Chin Pao, Block Lax. Block Lax you can fix in one card if you really care about it. And Chin Pao is sort of fake right now. Oh yeah, that was last year. Last year at Charlotte Regionals, that whole thing went down. Yeah, that was crazy. Okay. Yeah, it was an interesting situation. But it's already kind of been discussed, so we're not gonna go there. Alright, getting down to Curlia. I didn't see Jirachi in this list. I didn't think there was one in there. If there's no Jirachi, this is so much more manageable. But then like Umbreon sort of has the same issue as Gomora in closed lists. Like I don't want to blindly be dropping this card without out knowing for certain. When I'm playing like a slower matchup like Guardy VLZB, if I get screwed over by benching Umbreon in the first game, the best I can settle for realistically is the tie. So, yeah. Found the Colress. If I could get to Lost Mine this turn, that'd be dope. Sure. Well, I think I like the Collapsed Stadium more, because that means if I get Forest Seal Stone, it becomes better. If I get Forest Seal off of, not even just Forest Seal, if I get like Gate, I could use Lost Mine this turn. There it is. Alright. Cooking. So I just grab Mirage Gate and we get to announce Lost Mine on turn 3. Despite not playing, or turn 4, despite not playing Colress for most of the game. Pretty good. Alright. Awesome. So we are at 8, so let's drop the Collapsed Stadium and discard Umbreon. Then we can Lost Vacuum and get rid of this. And that is 10. I think I'll just reestablish the pivot for next turn. And we just KO Curlia. Like, without Jirachi, this is so easy. Like, it's pathetically easy without Jirachi. It just sucks that everyone's playing, I'm at 3 on the crest, just so, just so we can, like, spit and knock it out maybe next turn. Like, yeah, without Jirachi, this is so easy. Oh, I thought we were gonna be meta, but we're disappointed. I had higher hopes for Chin Pao. I thought it would at least be a threat in the meta, and it really hasn't done anything. Lost like King Gambit EX, or not King Gambit EX, but like the King Gambit thing, like one-hit stuff. I never tried it. I faced it like before. Never seemed like super amazing. Yeah, like if I knew like for 100% certainty that like all my opponents would not be playing Jirachi in their Gardevoir decks, I'd roll up with something like this. No, like I would play 0 respect for it and I would do well. I would honestly be willing to bet that more of my opponents play Jirachi in their Gardevoir Charizard decks than not. And maybe that changes because they're like there's more of an emphasis like on Block Lax, maybe less of an emphasis on Lost Inbox. Maybe like Stuttgart Mew wins, so like Gardevoir's like, hey, hold up, I want to play Tomb now, and like you can't tech for everything obviously, so Lost Box hasn't done a whole lot to be like Act 4. I know Jirachi also helps against Valiant, so it's like not totally a one-dimensional tech. Alright, there is the Iono. That sucks. We have the Klara in hands. But it's okay. We have the spit on the board. It's just like, I think it's cool that like we're able to like document this like process on the channel. Cause like for NAIC, I guess I settled relatively early on Tina, and I was pretty happy with the list. But I think it's, hopefully it's interesting to like have like hear me go through my thought process and just the progression. Like it's kind of a difference between me just like spamming online tournaments, just having a good time, like versus like working towards a goal of like doing well at an in-person tournament. No, I don't need Umbreon at this point. I'm just spamming Lost Mine. It's like just gonna be a liability. That's the issue. I generally prefer not to play linear decks like that, but I'm not ruling anything out. Like it's been such a rough, I guess, last week of Pokemon cards. I think it would be silly just to go and rule something out because I don't like the deck. I'm just gonna put that there just so like Charizard can more easily knock it out. Put the 10 there, why not? But I generally prefer to play more controlling style decks. They'll just Turo, then fine. Then they have no Guard EX in play. And no Jirachi to protect their little guys, so that's fine. I've tried Avery. The issue is like finding your Avery, then you're playing Avery instead of Colress, which sucks. And they can like, it works better in Greninja LZB because they like have to go, they have to keep Manaphy. They can't like just have Jirachi. Like it works, it can work. It's just like too situational and difficult to find in the right spot. But like the Gigas build was working well, but also there's like a lot happening there. And it's in a format where Iron Hands and Iron Valiant exist. There's like so much, there's so much less margin for error in the past. Where like before being a single prize, like almost exclusively single prize deck, like we had so much time to figure things out. Like we didn't need to necessarily be attacking for big damage the first 2 turns of the game. Where there's like a lot more matchups now where if you're not swinging for big damage turn 2, you're kind of cooked. I'm not like super high on towards it. It's one I'm gonna have to like. It'd be silly for me to rule anything out. With like at the end of the day, I want to win. Like I want to do well. So I have to pick whatever deck I feel like gives me the best chance of doing that. Even if there's a Moonglow reverse, we still can Lost Mine per game. Ooh, I don't think Giratina's that high up there. I'd put Charizard at number 2. Like I'm always gonna prioritize a deck that I'm comfortable with because I've had, in my 8 years playing Pokemon, I've had too many negative tournament experiences of playing supposedly the best deck in format, but I just didn't perform very well with it. It wasn't a deck I enjoyed. So I don't want to do that again. But like honestly, they're not. I've really yet to find a deck that I'm just like, yes, this feels awesome to play. Like even these builds of Lost Box, like yeah, they're fun. They're Lost Box, but they just don't feel incredible. Like it is definitely a comfort pick for me, but it's just like they still feel. It's still like it's not what it used to be. My prediction for Stuttgart is Mew or Zard wins the event. Like those decks just seem too good right now. That is true, like especially in those Guardy mirrors, like they're tying a lot. I bet people tech a lot more for Block Lax and it doesn't have as nice of a showing. Like I would be surprised if there's a Block Lax even in top 8, I'd be surprised. Like I know it's been in top 8 in every major so far, but now it's like well on the radar. I'm still standing by. I'm teching Tomb before I tech Minior. What is good with Mew? Its only bad matchup is Roaring Moon. Like, Pidgeot is the most common build right now, and you can either play Luxray Path, Grabber Fang Snipe, and brick them out. You can use TM Devolution to devolve all their dudes. You can play Crushing Hammers. So honestly, like, aside from Tomb, Mew doesn't really drop too many. Like, there's like not too many games where you're just like straight up like, well, I'm playing Mew, I'm cooked into this matchup. Like, you're pretty much, and you're super consistent, you're super disruptive. Bro, Blitzel and Dugong are like some of my favorite Pokemon. They suck. So, and like, I like Victini. It's nowhere up here. Like, honestly, like, not a lot of my favorite Pokemon. And to be fair, I like some like derpy, stupid Pokemon. Like, I like Slowpoke and Slowbro, and those aren't good. Oh yeah, Zorobox, let's go. No. I don't. Like, I'm not worried. I'll figure it out. I got Reggie's at 4-0. You're joking. It does not actually have that great of a Zard matchup. Because you have to gouge, and then they can attack with Charmander, knock you out. The disruption factor is super annoying. Moon doesn't have a great Guardian Zard matchup. It's pretty decent into the rest of the meta, but taking rough matchups into Guardian Zard is kind of difficult. You play Entei Valiant or you're trolling. Like any other Valiant build, and you're absolutely trolling. A 3-1 drop. Classic. Yeah, like, if you can't cross Cologne on turn 2, you, like, basically scooped. And that feels horrible. What's this Lost Box player cooking up? This is just... I don't know how you can do this anymore. Like, this, I guess you're just hoping that, like, a Charmed D-Knight sticks against... Ugh. That seems tough. Yeah, you got all Pokemon that you like that are pretty good. Unfortunately, there's a lot of the Pokemon I like. They don't even have Ultra Rares or anything, so they're, like, just not even gonna get shiny cardboard. I did like me some Victini VMAX back in the day. But that card's... I don't know if it's rotated or not, but it's just... I think it's in battle style, so it hasn't rotated. It's just not very good anymore. I'm just gonna... I mean, there's still 18 days, or 17 days, like, before I actually leave for San Antonio. Like, we got all kinds of time. So, we'll just keep working at it. Big fan of Aurorus. That's tragic. Aurorus has not got any good cards ever. I think there was an Aurorus EX people like played in like Waterbox for a moment. Hold on. Oops. I think there was. I don't remember what it did. Yeah, it was. Or was it like, oh yeah, I remember. See? I've been playing this game for too long. I told you. I'm too good at this game. I was there at 2016 Nats. I played Night March. No, actually I played this deck. This is the case in point. I played this deck. I hated this deck. I did bad with it. And this was BDIF going into 2016 Nats. And I literally, if you won the regionals back then, you got a 2-round bye at nationals. You didn't get paired in the first 2 rounds. You started with 2 wins. So I go in at 2-0. I don't even make top 32 cut. Like, it was so bad. And like, I was in juniors, so there's like not a ton of amazing players back then, at least. Like, just in terms of quantity of good players, like without like coaching information sharing, Nah, there were like probably 10 good players in juniors. So I was very tilted because I like bricked twice. I don't know if I even bricked. I just like lost like trees my last round. I was just so mad. Yeah, Toad Tina, those were simple days for sure. I played Nightmares the year before that, so that was Vespiquen Zebstrika Azul, let's go. Oh, that deck was awesome. Yep. Any deck where you can play Blitzel, that is okay for me. And there was like the Sprint Zebstrika, like there was a couple good. I loved Vespiquen too. I played the heck out of Vespiquen. Vespiquen Vileplume, Vespiquen Flareon, and expanded. I loved how like Zebstrika basically read like I one-shot Mega Rayquaza. Very cool card. Or I one-shot Yveltal. Awesome card. Oops. Those were simpler times. Mega Rayquaza, absolute banger of a deck. Vespiquen EX? Nah, Vespiquen from Ancient Origins. That's crazy, like looking back at some of those formats. Like I get like nostalgic from like 2016 era formats. 2017. Like those are some good times. The DT Mew Metacham at 4-0. Who let this happen? I would clap that. Bro was like not playing Tomb. Oh, he is and still lost? Bro got bodied. Dang. Unfortunate. It's a fun deck. I'm sure Vespiquen EX is fun. It's always fun to spread damage counters around. Okay, well, we got about 12 matches left. We chill. Reggie's at 4-0 somehow. Is the Entei deck at 4-0? Could be. Some Lugias here at top tables. Maybe that's it. We just go play Lugia. Alakazam at 2-1? With Weezing. I forget what this even does. Oh, I can like deny or can. That's kind of cool. Seems gimmicky, but pretty cool. Oh, Sims is playing Lost Box. I'm playing kind of the Tord deck. Similar, not quite the same. Dang, there's some wild stuff doing well at these online events. There's even, dang. Arceus Leafeon, Minior. You have Squobit, Tomb, Path, Judge, but yeah, you still need Minior. That's hilarious. I feel like with just Tomb, Path, Judge spam, you still should beat. I guess you only have a barrel to hit through Mimikyu, so that's fair, I guess. Alright, we just win out from here. Maybe we still have an outside shot at a first place. Person that we lost to is 4-0, so that is good. Honestly, better than I expected to do with SableZard, as much as I hate SableZard, I'm like surprised that I'm doing this well with it. Yeah, oops, that's not the right player, but I feel like you should already kind of be okay in that matchup. We tried Arc yesterday. I don't think it's all that great right now. I like there's a list that got 10th at Gdansk. I think that was a pretty solid list, and I don't really see too much changing that like makes that deck bad. Like you just I guess if like Guardy and Zard like stay in like it's like it probably stays pretty mid, and it could potentially get better if it like goes even more into big basics. There's nothing that like directly counters Miraidon. You could play like Mimikyu as like kind of a soft check. Go on ptcglegends.com. I got you. Here it is. Gdansk Regionals 10th place. There you go. It's just quad shoes, got the E-Switch water energy. I think that's the take I would go with. So yeah. It's similar to, I mean, I played the, like, when I last played Moon, I played like the 1-1 Darkrai V-Star to like get back your switchers, your E-switches. But the shoes are pretty solid now. Urshi Valiant? Urshi Valiant would probably struggle with like the early aggression and big HP of Roaring Moon. Urshi Valiant is like just such an unstable deck. Like, yeah, you can donk me, board wipe me, turn 2. But like against any deck that has a decent amount of HP, you're just kind of scooping. The Yeezys are cracked for sure. I never said the Yeezys were bad. I just it was the other cards in your list that made me cringe. It wasn't specifically the Yeezys. Calm down. What is the deck? What do you mean? Like the deck I'm playing? Or the deck I was just showing? Alright, this match. Oh, Umbreon in the thumbnail? It's a SableZard with 1-1 Umbreon, but Umbreon's kind of cope, so it's okay. It tries to be Gardevoir, and I don't know if it works. I don't think it works, but here we are. Our one loss is Gardevoir with Jirachi. Well, a smart... Oh, I thought... Okay, I was confused. I thought you were talking about Urshi Valiant against Moon. Are you talking about, like, a deck... You're specifically talking about, like, a deck that counters him? I guess, like, a good player won't bench Mareep against you. But yeah, that's probably tough for, like, that match, which seems pretty challenging. Like, if you're talking like a more meta deck that beats Miraidon, like Charizard's pretty good into Miraidon. I guess we just like look at Miraidon's percentages. Pretty bad into Charizard. Pretty bad into Blocklax. I feel like better players can make that matchup closer. It's not great into SableZard, or DT Mew's pretty miserable. Urshi's like not that bad, but Urshi Valiant's kind of tough. Keep misspelling. All right, well, just 4 more rounds, chat. Let's go. 4 more rounds. We're halfway there. Hopefully we can finish 7-1. To be quite honest, like, we really, like, our 3 wins like haven't been like, hey, bro, it was 3-1. Maybe they just like haven't been wins. I'm like, I know I'm a tough judge here. They're not wins I'm like super like, oh yeah, let's go. Like, those were some quality dubs. I don't know how the ice is against net. Okay, never mind. I don't know. We're gonna figure it out, and everything will be alright. I mean, maybe Reggie's is just BDIF, and it's Reggie's world, and we're just living in it. Maybe that's it. Zorobox with the Jirachi. All right. We do it. We do the thing in this matchup. It's Umbreon time once again. Scovillain seems scary, but with only 2 boss. Girls EB for all your cups. All right. Let's get it. Kyogre's not bad. It's just I don't want it to scoop to Gardevoir. Yep, I'm gonna do the thing. It's not one of my, I mean, it's not my favorite, but it's one of my favorites. I like Slowbro. You're 130? That's okay. Okay. So Zorobox Yeah, we just try to Lost Zone the Jirachi, then go crazy with Lost Mines. Like, Boss Scoville exists, but we should be, like, aggressive. Like, being aggressive with Sableye, or with Crams early, maybe make it difficult for them to do that. Like, if Jirachi's, like, existing and is on board, that seems, like, pretty difficult. Seems pretty hard. Because, like, even if I take the first prize, Slowbro still exists. Alright. Gotta delete some friends because we got the glitch. Alright, I guess I'll delete some of my online friends then. Alright. Here we go. New deck 58. Run it. So yeah, I want to get the Umbreon down in this matchup. Send Jirachi to the Lost Zone. I feel like the Umbreon package is a lot better when I can play it alongside Radiant Greninja. And I can Lost Zone their Manaphy, because that like, kind of unlocks their entire board. Like then I can do some crazy stuff with Moonlight Shuriken. Not great. Not thrilled with this hands. We're going first. Come on, Flower Selects. Alright. Please, Comfey, be prized. Thank you. Those are some not nice prize cards. Can I get a Battle VIP Pass, please? Nah. Okay, well that was a crap first turn. That was not what we were looking for. Artisan? Well, that was very nice of them. I bet they like, if they, yeah, they gather the crew here. Tide retreats. I'd probably go for double. Okay, Iono, I'm fine with that. My hand was not great. Somehow did not get any better. So Rua hits the board. So they're gonna have a full bench here. I think I flower selecting prior to the Artisan. Because I want to like if I shuffle the deck, that's like more bad cards I could potentially draw into, and I really just want to hit Colress this turn. Alright, gather the crew. I'm betting that's like gonna be probably Ralts, Jirachi. I'll probably like they went for the no, there's no Jirachi. I can keep them bench locked then, and maybe do some crazy stuff with Sableye. Sounds fun. Take the Cram, because that's my only Cram. They can't do a ton if I have them bench locked. Like, Reversal's not live. I take the other Klara, I guess. Dang, where's my Colress, bro? Alright, well, we get another flower selecting in here. Number 5. There we go. Losing the vacuum is kind of tough. Already lost on the Rod, right? No, I didn't. Prized. It's okay. I'll do that. You like Zarina with Braviary? Yeah, that's a pretty fun deck. Okay. Solid turn. Got to 7 into the Lost Zone. It'll be time to start spamming Lost Mine, but keeping them locked, keeping their bench locked up. Alright, there goes Zoroark and a Jolteon. My opponents, they're playing a Turo, so they can't unlock the bench. Reversal Energy Retreats? Huh? Oh, they're just like having the pivot ready to go? I just robe. That's fine. They have no hands. Yeah, I just play Escape Rope, and oh, that seems so rough for them. Oh no, I did. I need a flower selecting first, you dummy. Oh, dang it. I promise I'm not this bad at the game, actually. Never punished. Oh dear, why am I doing this? I think I want to keep the Psychic in deck. I literally just want this for the pivot. And we Sableye. I put like 60 on both Ralts. I don't give him the bench spot. I don't take a prize tag to reversal. We just do this. They have no cards in hand for whatever. Like, I don't know why they didn't. They played it the way they did, but it's okay. PTCGlegends.com. I can throw it in chat. Hopefully YouTube doesn't purge my link. Oh, cool. My opponent scooped. Bro. That was interesting for sure. I don't know why they chose that line, but okay. I guess we are 4-1. Cool. King of Mickeys, for sure. Yeah. Oh. Record-wise, yes, it's good, but these, I don't know, am I not... This deck really hasn't shown me a whole lot to be like, yeah, this is like, I want to keep working with this. This seems really good. There's nothing, I don't know, there's like not anything. What was the Lost Gardevoir with Jirachi? It's tough. I don't know if... I don't know what the answer is for Lost Bucks, if there even is one. Like I said, I'm just being like, I'm gonna roll over you with Iron Hands real quick. That's the only thing I can really think of. Does that mean I'm the highest ranked SableZard player? Hold up. Lost it. No, I mean, kind of. Right, like there's nothing, like this deck hasn't shown me anything to be like, yeah, this is what I want to invest my time into for San Antonio. Like it's cool, but it's not like anything that's like, yeah, this is the sauce. As much as it hurts me to say it, Lost Box feels kind of mid this format. With the format being fast, Jirachi existing, like Valiant, Hands, Jirachi, just like it's a lot. Like also Mew exists, but you don't naturally have a good matchup into. Urshifu exists, so you don't have an amazing matchup into. Like you don't like Charizard isn't free. Like there's a lot. I don't know. You'd have to do a lot of restructuring to the list, but I don't necessarily hate it, honestly. I guess the game plan with like a Roaring Moon Charizard list is just like, I'm gonna blow up whatever you put in front of me. I'll cram early, Sableye, whatever in between, and I'll use Moltres or I guess Moltres and Moon, like whatever dark attacker you choose to play with, and that's how I'll finish out the game. That seems okay, but like you still have to work that through Ionos and stuff. So maybe what I should try next is Gate LZB with Greninja, like maybe Moltres, like Guardian Moltres and Roaring Moon. I don't know. It's like having a big attacker, like even with Jirachi down, you still can trade evenly with Cram and Sableye. And you're going to be starting 1 to 2 prizes ahead. So just having like a basic that could one-shot the Guardiax, that's when it really gets difficult, especially when there's Turo. Because like it takes me like 2 or 3 turns to knock that dude out with just like Sableye and Cram, and it could take even longer if they use Turo. So yeah, I don't think this is it though. Yeah, because also Growing Moon means you don't have to play bad stadiums. Like you can play actually good stadiums, which is cool. The thing is, Umbreon doesn't eat up. Like, oops. I don't know where the list went. Umbreon doesn't like. I don't have to play like, a ton of energies and gates to like do the Umbreon strategy. I have to play a lot more energies and gates to play Moon, and my deck's gonna be a lot less consistent. But something I'm not thrilled about. When in a best of 3, dropping 1 game to a brick with Lost Box means like the best you are realistically gonna settle for is a tie, unless you have a super quick game where your opponent scoops, which like can't ever bank on. There's people who are not. I mean, if it's a rough match to LZB, they're probably not early scooping. Umbreon seems a lot better on paper though than actually is in practice. Oh, all these 3-1s that dropped, unfortunate. Three more rounds, maybe. I mean, 6-2, 7-1. I'd be okay with the results. I'm still like, yeah, I do agree. Like the idea is cool. It seems, it's fun. It's neat. But I don't know how effective it is. Like to be honest, if I could just like delete Jirachi from format, no, not that. That's the bad deck. This one. If I could delete Jirachi from format and play this deck, times would be good. Hey, maybe the play is because the issue with this is Crab. Like Crab doesn't one-shot a good Guardy player who like plays around it. Like, are you really playing around Crab? I just can't fit everything I want to in here, like, and keep the deck consistent. Because like the less consistent you make Lost Box be, it like the worse it's gonna be in this format. It's just with how little margin for error that you have. Like if there was a more space efficient hands answer than Terrakion, I would love that. Like, oh yeah, but let's swap it to Roaring Moon. Okay, that's the same amount of spots. But like I don't think there is something that's just like I beat hands and I'm less spots than Terrakion. Hoopa EX. But that's the same amount of slots, right? I don't even know what does Hoopa EX even do? Okay, Dark Energies. I mean, that's true. It does one-shots. It one-shots them for 2 energies. That's pretty cool. Just like the issue is though, with playing a 2-prizer to respond back into their Iron Hands, 220 is pretty easy for Miraidon to just knock out right back. And then what do you do after that? Like you can't really, you're not gonna win like the 2-2-2 race at that point. You can't really go Sableye. Yeah, you have to play Charms. Like I would rather. I don't know. I'm Terrakion's a good card. Like, I like Terrakion. But it's still the same amount of spots as I guess like if you swapped out Crab for Moon, but then I'm playing like EXs. I don't have the Forest Seal synergies. Like I'm not getting to 7 as fast. I played this out of cup. Did go with it online. I'm too afraid of Jirachi to like actually bring it back out. Like I have the Avery in here, but like it's kind of cope. There's just gotta keep working on it, I guess. Yeah, but then if you're playing Gears, like yeah, it is consistency, but having the Forest Seal for Vacuum to get mine or Gate quicker is just better most of the time. Like I know you don't have to bench a Surpriser, but just having the extra Lost Zone ramp is pretty darn good. I should just like literally just like start a channel on the Discord that's just like Lost Box ideas for Blitzel, and just literally just everyone dumps their Lost Box jank in there and see if we can cook anything up from that. Cause I feel like I'm kind of out of ideas. I don't like I don't think you can just run it back with old LZB. Like I think Turbo Hands probably is the most reasonable way to go about things, and that makes me sad. It seems Sabrina LCB, maybe. Like Hands is kind of an awkward card for Lost Box to play, but maybe if you built around it, it wouldn't be so bad. Dang, the DTE Mew at 5-0. That's insane. How good is my opponent's win percentage? Like, do I have a serious shot? I mean, 62%. Lost Box, yeah, for sure. You're right, Joss. Well, got 13 matches left. I'm getting kind of tired. I don't really know what I don't really know. I'm kind of Roaring Moon 5-20. Deck is ooh. I mean, there's one that's 4-1. Oh yeah, for sure. Lost Box had a claim to be BDIF before, and I think it's probably a tier 2 deck at best right now. Like it has a shaky Guardy matchup, and I think like it has the tools in its kit to beat everything else. I know, yeah. Wait for the wait for the Alloutblitzle video, the decline of like the tragic decline of Lost Box. Looking Zarina with Rad Sneasler. I that's one of the decks I really wanted to try when Paradox Rift first came out. I never got around to doing it because I was like gone at Cups and stuff like that first weekend, and kind of got like behind on content. I'm still behind on content. Like I have like ideas I want to make. I just like don't have time to test and make content and stream. I don't know. It's fine. I would rather make this live and do the testing live, talk with all you about it, like get other people's opinion than just my own, because like sometimes definitely can have a fogged perspective of things, like just on my own personal experience. It's nice to it's nice to at least have other people other people behind me. Nah, it's a hard one that I'd be pretty happy to face this. I don't know how that's 4-1, but I'd be more than happy to face it. I'm surprised, like, these lives have been, like, consistently, like, 40-something people in chat. Like, that's ridiculous to me. Like, I don't know how I'm entertaining enough for this. Maybe it's the gameplay. Maybe it's this kid's super cringe, but he's, like, okay at Pokemon, so I'll put up with him. Or maybe it's the door. I think it's the door, actually. Never mind. I'm good at the game? Alright, I'll take that. Hey, Hayden, what's up? Is the Moonbrown for clickbait? Nah. How's my sleep schedule? It's fine. It might get tanked tonight if... Nah, there's no cut or anything. We'll be okay. Homie vibes? Alright, sure. Drawing for your class? Absolutely busted. Eight matches left. Please, mysterious player, carry the resistance for me. So at 5-0, there is Lost Tina. Pretty typical Lost Tina list. And then there's DTE with Medicham. Okay. I don't understand Medicham. It just seems like another bad start. Like, what matchup is this helping you in? Like, when are you, like... Surely, like, Luxray is, like, Turbo Lost Box playable. You can't copy-paste Lost Box from last format. I think Turbo Iron Hands Lost Box is probably still okay. But, like, if you're just talking about, like, Dragonite Raikou from last format, I don't think you can do that. Yeah, I don't get the Medicham. Yeah, it seems so cringe. Like, what is this hit? Like, okay, you hit 210 Yogaloop. Like, I'd just rather play a tab and knock you out. Like, surely a Luxray, a Grabber, something is better than this. Like, I'm not, like, a big fan of Grabber and Mew, but, like, sure. How is that? Like, I feel like there's more often it gets, you open it and it sucks, then it's, like, actually a good card. If anyone understands, like, feel free, but I don't get it. And I mean, yeah, an open list too. Like, that's like, oh, I just switch card my Miraidon that you hit for 210. It's fine. Yeah, I don't get that at all. Medicham belongs in Urshifu and Iron Valiant, and that's it. We don't need to put it into Mew, please. All right. I'm glad we're all on the same page here. Do I have any recommendations? I've kind of been talking about all this stream, and the recurring theme is Lost Box is super good, Jirachi super sucks. We hate Jirachi. All my homies hate Jirachi. I like this deck for sure. If I could just delete Jirachi, you use my magic wand and delete it, I would be good. It's absolutely very fun deck to play, and like, I took it to a cup, no one was playing Jirachi, I got second place, and if I would have known the Valiant matchup better, I probably would have won the whole thing. Or could, I mean, I prized Gigas both games, so but with better pricing, better strategy, I probably could beat Valiant. It's just Jirachi's a big issue. So I like Gigas. I think you could try the Tord list from Gdansk. You could try more, like, there's like a list like 30th place at LAIC that was more like Turbo Iron Hands. Star Chronos, get out of here. Yeah, and that's like kind of like a local meta thing. Like, the first cup I went to, like, it was a Saturday and then there's a Sunday cup. The first day, there was like 3 or 4 people playing Jirachi, like a lot of Guardi in the room. And I hit a Guardi with Jirachi round 2 and got 2-0'd pretty quickly by it. But then the next cup, a lot of the Guardi players like switched decks or just weren't there. So it was a lot better meta for me, and I started 0-1-1 and everything. It was not a great cup. Like I was ready to like we were gonna ready to pack it up quickly, but turned it around. But even that cup was kind of scuffed because like round 3 or 4, whatever it was, my opponent could have played better and tied to me, and like I think I was up paired to them, so they were okay taking the tie, and I wasn't. If my opponent would have just like Greninja for 1 prize into a Sableye and gone down to 2, they could have hands for game next turn. Well, because Moon's kind of bad, yeah. Yeah, that first cup was wild. For like Zorobox and cut, like a Rotom cut. Yeah, I was pretty triggered. Yeah. After I threw against you, I was my day was kind of ruined. Oh, I was that was pain. Yeah, like the moon, this moon's not, and like all those moonlit, like moon with hands. I don't know what kind of moon Ross was cooking, but yeah, that was crazy. I don't think anyone's playing like the moon with the ninja and water stuff, and I think you definitely should be doing that. Yeah, hilarious deck. I was just not thrilled to see it against me when I'm 1-1. And then like it became even more tilting to me when I just like, bro literally left, like went 2-1-1 drop or whatever, like 2-2-1 or 1-2-1 drop, was just like, bruh, wasn't even gonna stick around for top cut. I was like, I was just beyond tilted that day, and it was just like, dang. Canceling clone on your list. Like, I thought about the Counter Catcher canceling clones, like maybe way like bypass Jirachi with like Radiant Greninja. But against Gardevoir, you don't really want to be falling behind. Like that's sort of counterproductive for your strategy. So yeah, I don't like it doesn't feel great. But maybe that's it. I don't know. It's like also just like you have to play enough colognes to like find it. Are you using boss cologne? Okay. I guess maybe in like a build with like Pokestop. And you've ways to dig and find it. Oh, content's awesome. Hey, I appreciate you. I'm glad people enjoy the content. Hey, nice. Counter Catcher Cologne in Kyogre is pretty cool because like you're actually like, okay falling behind. The heck, double Klefki, Palkia, Ice Rider. What? Okay. Sure. Seems good. Alright, 2 matches left. Not ice. Yeah, don't. You're gonna summon Fancy Duck if you say Ice Rider too many times. I thought you were like doing something for drawing class, and now you're cooking Palkia, Ice Rider, Klefki. What happened? Like I know Ice Horse is cool, but like, and I actually the Ice Rider I'm like cringing over because like Ice is good against Miraidon. It's like Klefki. Like what are we doing here? It's kind of cope against Tina. Like if you're fortunate enough to open it or go first and switch into it, I still have that wonderful attack called Abyss Seeking. I guess then they're putting Tina in the active spot that then you just bop it. So maybe it's not actually that bad. I don't know. How good is the Lost Sun Ring Moon deck? I think it's decent. I think it definitely could be the optimal build to play, or optimal way to play Lost Box. It wouldn't surprise me. But yeah, I'm probably not getting shut off by Path though is tragic. ADHD. I get that. Alright, 2 matches to go. The block lax, always holding things up. See, guys, I told you, ban block lags, toxic for standard, ruins online tournaments, ban block lags. Just kidding, of course. Please do not go on Twitter and say ban block lags or we can't be friends. 2 minutes left. We have all sorts of different matches at 4-1. I wonder what the most jank thing at 4-1 is. There was that Entei deck. That would be funny to face. That'd be very funny to face. Yeah, that would be pretty funny. That is very true. It's usually the opponent slow playing against block locks. That is. Now it's Gigas, ban Gigas, card is toxic. Get it out of here. I think with ice, like your Mirage matchup should be fine already, but yeah, opening collect key's pretty good. But you only have 2 keys. I don't know how many basics you're playing, but if you're going second, you're probably not opening keys, right? Chat, should I just play like the theme deck Miraidon list for San Antonio? Literally just like play like the 18 energies and just be like, I'm announcing amp you very much, turn 1. I'll scoop to Zard. I don't really want to do that. How can Lost Box beat Iron Entei? If it's not prepared for it at all, it's difficult. But if you have like the list with the Regigigas, okay, this is Miraidon. My brain was just glitching for a second. Ampharos from Chilling Rain? That's the wrong card. Okay, just a single prizer, I guess. They're not, that shouldn't matter against me. If you have Jirachi in the list, like that's good to deny Yoga Loop. It's definitely a difficult matchup. Yeah. Like I like with the Gigas list, you can go like Luminion, take 2 prizes, and then just go Gigas, and that should be good. Just don't like go second. Like they're probably not gonna donk you, and then you can play Colress, ramp the loss, so not have to like bench too many Comfeys, because like you lose the game if they can just take too many easy prizes. But like of course if they win the flip, they're going second. So. Yeah, and also sometimes when it goes first and like they just don't have like Squawk in their opening hands, Entei Valiant is like kind of cooks itself. Like it just can't set up. Alright, another Miraidon. I am fine with that. They're playing the DTE, so we could see a turn 2 hands. That is scary. Yeah, they are. Yeah, that is potentially scary. But I think they're playing the 2 paths as well. They're not playing the beach courts. They wouldn't be kind enough to give me a beach court. So if I win the flip, I think I should go second, right? If I go first, I feel like okay, I won the flip. Because I feel like if I go second and they get turn 1 Valiant, I'm cooked. But how likely are they to get that though? I'm gonna go second just to try to have a better setup than them. Cause okay, all the VIPs, but it's not good. It's not good. Yikes. We need a nice top deck. I think going second is fine because I don't want to like I pretty much instantly lose the game if I go first and they get turn 1 hands. But I guess they're pretty likely to hands going up first on their second turn. But at least I have like an opportunity to play like 2 Colresses and get established. But as it stands right now, we're playing 2 VIPs and passing. And and they open Squawks. They're at least seeing 6 more cards. Hopefully they have like 3 generators, no other dudes in their hands. They have to be like Squawk all their good cards early. Okay, this seems fine for me. Squawk and Seize. Oof. I mean, not the worst, but still not ideal. I mean, it's going. Bruh, I don't need VIP Pass. Like, for once in my life, I'm unhappy to see Battle VIP Pass. I mean, I'm fortunate that my opponent isn't exactly like, doesn't exactly like the most daunting board state. I don't think I go Pidgeot. I don't even know if I should go for a Cram just to win. If hands comes down next turn, we just scoop, I guess. Pretty bad. I definitely wanted basics, but not this many basics. I didn't even play this other VIP. It's vacuum fodder at this point. Got a Umbreon? Not in real life. I wish I could sell that and get myself to a regional. No, and it's wow. Motivate. If I could do anything, this would be so good, but I'm just straw passing. Bruh, come on. I'm with you, TJ. I'm not gonna miss VIP Pass either. Alright, Cram's dying. I don't know. Thank you so much, bro. I appreciate you. Somehow this didn't get any better. I mean, we have Cart. We can dig 4 deeper. Or technically 6 deeper, I guess. Oh no, it's the Iron Hands EX. The Gentleman's Iona for sure. If they just go double generator. Okay, good. Only one. If they just somehow amped me, I would have just picked up the cards and called it a night. They got a pretty good hand. That's scary. Actually, going for the Mareep when they have another single prizer on the board. That would normally be bad play for them if I could punish it, but not flower selecting for the first 2 turns is pretty bad. That's okay. I'm not shuffling the deck. I can tell you that for sure. Odds are we draw Colress. Sorry, Klara. I got a Colress. It's Colress or bust this turn. Bro, how? Are you kidding? Come on. Why? Thank you, Battle VIP Pass. I can spit innocently this turn. Let's go. Sounds great to me. Lost City, Retreat, Cramorant, Lost Vacuum. Oh, what an optimal setup here. The fabled turn 3 spit innocently without Colress. This is quite riveting gameplay. Bro, what? I can't believe we whipped up the gear. Well, you got hands, buddy. They need a generator to hit 1 energy. That would be very sad if they just drop the Iron Hands. Or, yeah, I mean, they already have it. They see 8 cards. They need a generator and an energy. Well, yeah, with the board state I was at, it's probably fine because Iron Hands wins them the game. But I was just pointing out with like, if this matchup's like going like I'm going fine on my end, then that's a pretty bad play with 0 already on the board. But like, yeah, it's not going too good for me. There's a Forest Seal. How much you want to bet it's a generator? I'm good at this game. Well, moving attached cards. Uh-oh. Oh no, chat. You are right. I should have flowered first and geared. And the future capsule. How is this even fit? Oh wait, no, that doesn't matter. For like I thought it was like the ancient capsule where I got more HP. I was about to just like press the concede button on the spot. Okay. Well, we have to. We literally have to. Radzard, please. Why? No, like, can I get a good card, please? I literally have not seen like a good card. I've seen like one kind of good card, and no great cards. Okay, now what? Oh no. I prized one Colress, but this is kind of silly. We got 7, chat. So I think the play is to go Roxanne Lost Mine next turn, obviously. Next turn. Alright, I'm not scooping yet. I've had crazier comebacks before. There's that one Aerodactyl game where I like came back from 2 to 6 prizes. If my opponent's good at the game, they'll Dynamotor 1 to the Flaffy. They already are down a rope. So next turn we go Roxanne Path. No, we go Roxanne Mine. Catcher, pull this thing up. KO this. Just like try to go mine to finish out this game. Like try to have some sort of crazy stall play. They're not playing energies on Flaffy, so they don't see it. Arvin. Hopefully they just like tunnel vision in on this Ampy very much, and they just like totally overlook this. But if they're smart, they just Dynamotor 1 here. Dynamotor? No, they don't see it. They don't deserve to win this game, chat. Come on, be. See, they literally could totally play to my only out. Alright, it's comeback time. It has to be. How many rope did they play? It literally has to be. They played 2 ropes. So they have 1 left. An 11 card deck. I don't need you now, Colress! Get out of here, you troll! Well, I guess we are not using Roxanne. We just have to hope that like rope is prized or something dumb like that. We don't need Klara anymore. Like we are just it's Lost Mine. It is time to Lost Mine. Yeah, I know. We draw all the Colress now that we do not need them. Like, it's not great to draw Colress anymore. And it's just, hey, I heard you needed Colress, buddy. Let me attach Psychic Energy, please. Thank you. Trust. Rope is our last prize. I don't need Raihan anymore. I can't afford for anyone to get knocked out. Alright. Let's get it. Sure, we can just drop everybody. Okay. Lost Mine. I'll put 9 here. And sure. 3 on the Raichu. So they have 8, 10. Oh, and they also DTE wins them the game. So they have 2 outs. Okay, they're not there yet. Bro, can I get Roxanne off the top? Like, I don't ask for much. Just please. Oh, they have the Ampharos left. Judge. No. Oh, no. I'm sorry, Daryl. That's very, very, very... They don't have it yet. That's tough. It's not over. That's 2 prize cards. That's kind of good. I can take 2 prizes. All right. Forest Sealstone. That is Roxanne. It's not over. It's not over. Comfey, I don't care. Stay in the prizes. I don't want to draw you ever. Star Alchemy. The Vacuum KO. Oh, heck yeah. I'm gonna deck myself out. I don't even care. Alright. I won't even throw Pidgeot back into the deck. I'm just gonna lost mine. 12 on the Raichu. You got it? I have like 3 out. Or no, they have more than that. Why do I only put like 1 energy back in? Boss's orders. Yo, that's annoying. Dude! Hey! That's rude! Oh, come on. Am I out of cards? I am out of Switch cards. Why you gotta do me like this? And my gate's gone. You gotta make me play rope. Bruh. Why? Dang it. Manually retreat, chat. Ah, dang it. I don't even know if we can do anything here. Let's just draw the rest of the deck. I got Pidgeot. Hey, Devo's hilarious. He. Let's devolve them. Can I throw 3 energies back in there and then retreat? Oh yeah, this is the line. We can do it, chat. I know we can. No, Flaffy has a retreat of 2. I should devolve the Flaffy so they can retreat and win. Oh, that'd be funny. But we're not doing it. We can still get there. They're down all 3 bosses' orders. Yeah, if they just put energy on the Flaffy, this game would be over by now. Pass. Okay. Pass. Hey, thank you, Zork. I still need like 3 more mines. I suppose it's possible. I never deck out because of Mr. Pidgeot here. Pidgeot being clutch. Retreat the Charizard. Lost mine. KO the Raichu. Okay. Yeah, this is the most efficient way to go about it. I need 2 more mines. We're almost there. Oh! No Klara. I mean, not that it probably matters. I need 2 more turns. No! Oh, if they don't hit boss, we actually win the game. Because they missed. Don't arm press. Amp you very much. Oh man. Oh, the fact that we got that almost back there was pretty cool. That was crazy for like not drawing Colress for most of the game. Roxanne, and if we had like Roxanne a turn earlier, we probably win that one. Like we, instead of having to play Colress, we get to play Roxanne. We probably win that game. That's pretty silly. Well, 4-2. We can't get first place or top 4 or anything super great now, so tragic. I think I'm like it should bench Moon. I had no energies left, so I couldn't use Umbreon, and they had oh, you're right. Well, it doesn't matter though, because I bench Umbreon. I suppose I should never have lost vacuum to Umbreon VMAX, and then if they play rope, I go into the Umbreon V, but then I bench lock myself, and I eventually deck out. I guess I only need 2 turns. It maybe could have worked. So I could go like Gust of Flaffy again. Maybe. But if they were just like, if they just saw that play and Dynamoted once to Flaffy, or put 200 on Flaffy, we never win that game, so. I never even get that close. So I'm gonna drop from here. Can't get any of the big prizes. My opinion of I mean, this, to be fair, this build of SableZard is sort of cheese. Like, but if you take out the Umbreon stuff, it's like at the core, it's still SableZard. And I don't think like a basic like SableZard, like Sableye Cramorant, Radiant Charizard approach is probably enough this format. So yeah, I don't think this deck is worth investing more time into. But we had some solid moments. Like, I mean, 4-2 isn't horrible, better than what we did last night. Just I wasn't like super wowed by it in any of my wins. Like, like round 1 up against the they made an obvious Forest Seal misplay. Round 2 was that Lugia deck. Guardy without Jirachi and Zorobox. So it's just like, what am I cooking next? No clue. I'll figure out tomorrow. But I appreciate y'all for hanging out. If you enjoy the content, like, subscribe to the channel, join the Discord, because there are cool people in there like me. Yeah, but join the Discord, link below. We'll keep working at it. We'll get there eventually. I'm not worried. Secretly, I am worried. Yeah, but thank you guys for hanging out. I had fun as always, and I'll see you again Wednesday for late night. Yeah, sounds awesome.